Now we rewind. Dinosaurs rule on land, but in the water, the rulers are different. We are in the late Cretaceous. North America is split. There's a shallow sea running through the middle, the Western Interior Seaway. This sea is a giant corridor full of fish, reptiles, and ambush predators that can breathe air, but can kill you underwater. This is the part of history that feels unfair. The mosasaurs are the stars here. They are not dinosaurs. They are marine lizards that returned to the sea during the late Cretaceous, adapting completely to marine life. Their limbs evolved into flippers, their tails became powerful for swimming, and they developed lungs suited for surfacing to breathe air. And once they got there, they became apex predators of the ocean. Mosasaurus is one such apex. It was massive, with a powerful skull packing teeth that were conical, sharp, and recurved backward. They were built for gripping and tearing rather than slicing. The enamel was smooth and strong, ideal for holding slippery prey like fish, turtles, and smaller marine reptiles. Yes, because we have also found fossils of cannibalistic mosasaurs. The backward curve prevented prey from escaping once bitten. You're basically stuck inside there. Each tooth was deeply rooted in the jaw, giving Mosasaurus a powerful bite suited for crushing and tearing flesh in open water hunts. But Mosasaurus is not the only master of thalassophobia during this time. We also have Tylosaurus, which is a different kind of intimidating. Tylosaurus had a long, solid snout extending from the upper jaw. In some reconstructions, the front of the snout is reinforced, and paleontologists have thus proposed it could ram prey. But now we need to zoom in. Imagine being in that position for a moment. You have Tylosaurus plus all that is scary of swimming in open ocean, and because you're a human, you're unable to move well in the water. This is pure thalassophobia. If you draw it on a map, it looks impossible, but it existed. A sea running from the Arctic to the Gulf of Mexico, an inland ribbon that turns a continent into two coasts. Shallow seas provide just enough light for you to panic. You cannot see far. Shadows flicker under the surface, and every ripple can hide a body. The seaway was full of monsters too. There were giant fish like Cyphactinus that could swallow prey almost their own size. There were smaller sharks that could strip a carcass. There were long-necked plesiosaurs that could go after schools of fish. And then the mosasaurs made everything else stay alert. Go older, and the Jurassic Ocean has a different cast. The Jurassic period began about 201 million years ago after the end Triassic extinction. It was marked by a warm global climate, high sea levels, and the breakup of the supercontinent Pangaea, which created new coastlines and shallow seas. Among the changing threats of the ocean, our fear for the deep remains all the same. Marine ecosystems during this time recovered and diversified rapidly. Ammonites and belemnites arose, while reptiles like ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs became dominant predators. To understand how some of the creatures became masters of thalassophobia, we need to learn about the environmental changes they went through. Up next, we will look at the strangest of ichthyosaurs and the largest of marine predators. In this changing ecosystem, coral reefs expanded and new groups of fish evolved. The Jurassic oceans supported complex food webs, similar in structure to modern ones, with plankton forming the base and large reptiles occupying the top. Temnodontosaurus is one such reptile, an ichthyosaur. It was one of the largest early ichthyosaurs, reaching lengths of up to 39 feet or 12 meters. Its long jaws were lined with sharp, conical teeth suited for catching fish and other marine reptiles. Fossils show it was a fast, powerful swimmer, using its crescent tail for propulsion. It lived during the early Jurassic in the seas of what is now Europe, and its remains were first discovered by Mary Anning, one of the pioneers of paleontology. It had enormous eyes, some almost 10 inches or 25 centimeters across, the largest known in any animal. allowing it to see in deep or dim waters.
Large eyes matter because they suggest hunting and death, or in low light, or maybe even both. And dim light is perfect for thalassophobia, because in such conditions, shapes become indiscernible. We lose our frame of reference, and there's a massive shape coming towards us. This is Pliosaurus.
Its body was streamlined for speed, powered by 4 strong flippers that let it accelerate quickly through the water. Fossil evidence shows that it hunted other marine reptiles, large fish, and cephalopods. Pliosaurus was one of the largest marine reptiles of the late Jurassic, reaching lengths of up to 40 feet or 12 meters, with a skull over 6 feet or 2 meters long. It had a short neck, massive jaws, and conical teeth built to crush bone and tear through large prey. Its bite force likely rivaled that of Tyrannosaurus rex, and both were around the same range of 12,800 pounds of force, or over 35,000 newtons, making it one of the most powerful predators in the history of the oceans.
If something like that commits to an attack, you cannot outswim it. You cannot outmaneuver it. You just hope it doesn't choose you.
But now we're stepping further into the past to the Triassic, and the mood changes, because the Triassic is what happens after the biggest mass extinction in Earth's history. The worst period to time travel to was not the asteroid, it was here. The Permian Triassic extinction event wipes out almost everything, and then the ocean refills with new radiations. This is where weird becomes an evolutionary advantage. Because ecosystems are rebuilding, niches are open, competition is unstable, and so of course we get to experience the wonders of evolution. Ichthyosaurs explode into many forms. Among these forms is the one and only Chastosaurus, a creature that during its time perfected thalassophobia. It is one of the largest marine animals known from deep time. Some interpretations suggest it may have lacked large teeth and used suction feeding instead.
So where is the fear? Scale. It's absolutely huge. And silence. You don't know what's gonna happen next. The horror of a giant creature that does not need to bite you to end you. A large animal can be terrifying even when it is not trying, because it can bump you and roll you and make you disoriented. In open water, even accidental contact can become lethal. Human encounters with whales have not seen the best of outcomes.
Then we get to experience creatures like Tanystropheus. This is an animal that looks wrong. It packs an absurd neck made of elongated vertebrae, which is not flexible like a swan, but stiff and rigid. In water, a long, stiff neck can act like a spear, a way to strike while the body stays back. It is uncanny because your brain expects a neck to bend like a hose. This one looks like a crane arm. And then radiations bring creatures like Adapodentatus to life. This beast was a herbivore and still unsettling. With a hammerhead-shaped snout and strange pecked teeth, it likely scraped or filtered plant material. But it looks like the result of a biomechanical experiment.
This is important because thalassophobia is not only about predation, it's also about unfamiliarity. Deep can make even a harmless animal look like a threat. Our brain doesn't have a category for them, so it just reaches for monster.